What is going on, everyone? Oh, today we have a momentous day ahead of us. Today we are getting the motor off of the stand onto the ground, getting the clutch on, getting the transmission on. Hopefully, I already factor in a lot of shit going wrong, such is life, and such is every single one of my builds. Something always goes wrong, like me redoing the timing 4 times. We ain't gonna talk about that. Real quick, let me go over all the parts that I have sitting out here. Everything's kind of just scattered. I was cleaning up the garage because it was a mess, and wow, those lights are bright. So I got my knuckles, the hubs, all the ARP studs in the fronts. I have the ARP studs in here for the rears. Just haven't done them yet because I haven't pulled the calipers off to be powder coated. The calipers should be to me by Thursday of this week when you're seeing this video. Hopefully this video is up Monday or Tuesday. I don't know yet. I have the turbo back as well, but I'm going to be sending a turbo compressor back out, and I'll show you guys why here in a second. Let me go ahead and show you the clutch. I have the HRB already installed into the transmission. All the bracketry and whatnot, sensors are all installed. I'm going to go over the T-case. I'm not really going to clean it. I'm just going to hose it down because I do plan on building the transmission and the T-case down the line. For now, I'm just going to run them dirty. I want to make sure there's an O-ring inside the T-case. Very important O-ring. If you forget it, you're gonna have a bad day. Anyway, let me show you guys the clutch real quick, the knuckles, and then we'll pull the motor off of the stand and drop it on the ground, and we'll kind of set you guys up on a tripod, and I'll install the clutch. All right, so what I have here is a Quartermaster 8-leg twin disc. Like I said, the HRB is already installed. You can't see because everything went blurry. You can see the 2 lines sticking up right here. I ended up picking up this used off of someone. The disc still look good, no cracks, no nothing. The flywheel still looks good. Thankfully we can rebuild this. I am going to order the parts here in a couple months to rebuild this clutch because I do want to rebuild it. And I have brand new ARP bolts. Hopefully I think this is a 17. Hopefully I have a 17 12 point. We will see. I do have my Loctite ready to go as well. The 95 foot-pounds is going to be easier once the motor is on the ground because I'm just going to put an extension off of the crank pulley or the crank bolt and just let it go up against the ground, and you should be able to get these to 95 foot-pounds. Let's pull the motor off. Stop moving. Clutch is on. Now the fun part. Transmission into the clutch. God, I'm not looking forward to this.
Eventually.
Okay, so I got the transmission on. I struggled to get this thing on. What a pain in the dick. For starters, the starter plate None of the holes really lined up 100%, so it's slightly off. So I had to like kind of like move, like I don't know, like I just had to almost like force the bolts on. But I got it on. So if you guys do replace your starter plate, I'd hollow the holes out just a little bit more. I think that was my biggest issue with trying to get this completely on. Also had to take this bracket back off, but not a big deal. Struggled by myself. Now let's get the T case on. Jack it up, wheel it over there. Hopefully these straps hold. I know I gotta get the jacks up underneath the frame. I'm gonna see if my neighbor is still out there and borrow his real quick. Everything back on a dolly, 2 dollies, wood dolly underneath the oil pan, and then the metal dollies underneath everything else. And then yeah, we can wheel it underneath, get the hoist, well, get it underneath, jack the car down, get the hoist, lift it up, bolt everything in place, and we should have the motor in, and I can get the subframe in as well. I know I shouldn't be doing this until I get the crank pulley, but I don't care. Got everything down on the dollies here. Car's jacked up, should clear. If not, I'll just jack it up a little bit higher. I guess my theory will be to slide everything under, lower the car down, and then lift with the hoist, the motor and trans and everything up, bolt it into place, which whatever mounts I can, just the 2 side mounts. And then once that's complete, drop the car, well, lift the car back up, and then bolt the subframe and everything up underneath. Once that's all bolted up, lower the car back down, put the knuckles on, get the wheels on, get all the brake dust shields. Still waiting on the calipers, but I can get everything else on. So yeah, that's the plan. Set you guys up on a tripod, probably time lapse this. Oh man, marked the paint up a little bit, but feels damn good to have a motor inside this car. I think this line should reach. This was a fear of mine before. Yeah, it'll be fine. Overall, great success. It went in. These things were a little tricky, but I'm gonna leave the jack underneath there for now. I'll probably put a jack stand underneath there just to hold it up. Once I get the subframe back in, I'll be able to get this pitch mount ready to go. I want to go through this real quick and make sure I have everything where it's supposed to be. I'm not really going to film it because obviously it's underneath the car, but just know this is probably going to kick my ass a little bit more. I may put the jack stands further up this way. It's not too heavy. It's heavy. Like I said, not going to film it. We're just going to cut and we should have everything buttoned up. I may just leave, I don't know yet. I may just leave this just like this for now. Take a little breather. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, just like that, everything is bolted in. Took a little longer because I went ahead and I cleaned these up. I didn't paint them. I kind of just scraped them down. I am going to have to get new bump steers and everything, but thankfully these things are pretty easy to remove. Got all the mounts mounted up, tightened. I still have to do that one back there. Overall, we are looking pretty damn good right now. I'm gonna actually mount the turbo. I'm not gonna show you guys yet, but I'm gonna mount it and see how it looks. But before I do that, let me get the knuckles on. I have the knuckles and bearings sitting right there. Once I can get those on, I'm going to put the wheels and tires on and drop this car down on the ground. This way I can kind of roll it over to the side, because I still have to do the motor on that car. Just like that, everything's on. So I'm not going to show you guys the other side, but what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put the wheel on this side as well, do the other side, and then drop the car down. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else really I can do underneath the car. So I'm going to go ahead, drop the car down, we'll do the other side, drop the car down, and then I'm going to mount the turbo up. Ladies and gentlemen, she's on the ground. Am I the only one that trips over everything in their garage? Doesn't matter if it's not even in their way, they still trip on it. Oh, this looks so amazing to finally see this car on the ground. Looks lower than that. Shut up. Come on, you wanna come out? Come on. But like I was saying, finally good to see this car on its own ground. It's a lot lower than I thought it was. I could be wrong. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning everything up. I just zip tied this up over here. I'm gonna secure this because this thing gets in my way all the time. I want to see if there's any options for a shorter cable as well. Because I mean, I don't know what Mitsubishi was thinking. The cable comes all the way out and loops all the way around. Like that's stupid. I'm happy. Now will the car run? Probably not. I'm gonna mount the turbo right now because I am dying to see how it is. Excuse me, it is actually the next day from this. I was grinding on this late last night, but it is the next day, so it is very, very bright out. It's like 10:30 in the morning. All right, so I mocked the turbo up. I took the compressor side off for now. If you guys aren't following my Instagram, you would probably see the color, but if you guys aren't following my Instagram, then you're just getting this view. Nonetheless, amazing view. I have everything kind of just loosey-goosey right now to clock it. Oil feed line ran into an issue. Not a big issue, but this one is just too short to put. I really don't want to go up and over like this. Mainly because if I do that, wastegate's gonna be sitting right here, and that's gonna go out the hood as well as the exhaust is coming up here. So if you're sitting like this, it's right in the way of the exhaust. I would like to have the turbo line come down. I can put like a little clamp right here, and it'll hold it out the way, and then I can have it come swooping up and then over. I may do a 90-degree fitting off of this, and that way when it comes swooping up and over, it'll be out of the way. I can probably run a 90 right now and get away with it, but again, the exhaust is still going to be in the way. If I can push this out the way, hopefully I can tuck an exhaust out the way. Another thing I want to do, I want to order the little rotation kit for this, and it'll rotate the sensor that way, out of the way, because right now it kind of is in the way, to be honest with you. For now, I'm going to leave this like this. I'm not really going to bore you guys with putting like cables on and stuff like that, getting all like the little miscellaneous odds and end pieces onto the car. I'm not going to bore you. Not even entirely sure how long this video is going to be. I got nothing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay hungry, stay humble, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching